Hey, happy Tuesday. So, I'm going to do something. I have done it in the past, but I've never done a YouTube video of it. So, today I'm going to do two different things on my face. So, this side will be how I used to do my makeup when I was in high school, and this side will be how I do my makeup now. I did this probably a year and a half ago, and I really enjoyed it because it just showed how far along I've come. And even more has changed since I did that. So, I am going to do that today, and I hope you enjoy. First things first, I am going to draw with an eyeliner just a little dotted line down my face, okay? I'm probably gonna regret doing this in red, but this is what I could find, so this is what we get. All right. The first thing that I'm going to do, what I do now, is I always put primer on. When I was in high school, I had no idea what primer was. I mean, it probably was around, but I don't even remember hearing about it. So I'm not going to put that primer on the high school side of my face. And I got way too much, because I'm just putting it on one side of my face, but that's okay. Let's see. It'll just be extra primed for me. Ooh. All right. Okay, so while I'm letting that dry, like I typically try to do, we're gonna do some stuff with my high school side. For today, we're just gonna use my liquid foundation because it's probably the closest consistency to what I would have worn back in high school. I wore a lot of, honestly, I wore whatever the cheapest thing was I could find. So, that's basically what my makeup regimen consisted of. But I don't have that stuff anymore, so we're just going to use what I have, and I'm just going to apply it and do things the exact same I would have in high school. So, this is the liquid foundation. Closest consistency I have. Never in a million years would I do what I'm about to do anymore, but in high school, I was all about just using my fingers. Why do you need anything else? Just use your fingers. And I may have to wipe some of this off because there's quite a bit here. Make sure you get your nose. Now, another thing that I was pretty bad about was blending. I was not the best at blending, okay? I just wasn't. I got way too much on my face. So now I'm gonna regret this. Let me wipe some of that off, because Oh man, it feels like I've just got copious amounts of foundation on. Anyways, I did not blend very well. 9 times out of 10, I had the ring around the neck. Thank goodness I have matured past that, correct? I still sometimes forget to blend out up here, but much better. I'm doing much better. All right. So that is foundation. No primer, no nothing. And you can kind of see that it's soaking into my pores. That's why we prime. Okay. Prime example. All right. So now we've let this side dry a little bit. This was the side we did the primer on. And now I would never apply my makeup with my hands. The only time I have is if I'm using like a BB cream. And even BB cream I usually use a brush with. So now I would use a brush for 99.999% of the time. All right, I just put some liquid on my brush, and I'm going to use this hand because my phone does not like my other hand apparently, and I do not blend as well with my other hand, so and this line is not doing me a whole lot of good and staying, but that's okay. I probably could have done something a little different, but that's okay. All right, much better. I feel like this side looks kind of cakey, and it just looks like I didn't blend. Because I didn't. I never did. Lord help me. Anyways, this side I blended because I would never do it without blending now. And I'm gonna do just one drop right there. Okay. Just like so. Come down on your neck and back into my ears. All right. My line is slowly fading, but it's still there. So you see, I see, I hope you see a pretty big difference in how I applied, or a difference in how I would have applied it and how I did apply it, or I do apply it now. All right, so now concealer. I would literally just take it like that. Now, I like to do a V because that helps to highlight and accentuate your eyes. Again, finger for everything. Finger for everything. Okay. Kind of have, you can see the moon. That's why you don't do it like that. So now I'm going to take my V and I'm just going to kind of move the product inward to fill in the V. But you really can't even tell where the concealer is at on this side. This side, you can. Right there. I can see it, plain as day. All right. I didn't do a whole lot of powder back in the day, so I'm not going to do powder on that side. This may be a good way to show you the importance of these objects. Now, I do powder under my eyes now. So, I'm just going to dab my powder, dab it on my eyes. That's going to help to prevent creasing. Alright, and it's just going to help it stay so much longer. We're basically done with the high school side for a short time. Alright? We're just going to focus on the now side. What I would do now. I probably should have done this side, the now side, because it would be a lot easier, but oh well, you live and you learn. Alright. I am going to do it a little bit different than I did in my last video, which was all about highlighting and contouring. I did a little bit more of an extensive contour today. I'm just going to do my basic contour because that's what I do the most. I do like, if I'm going somewhere that I want to dress up or anything like that, I do like to do the more extensive contour. But for a lot of times when I just go to work or go to the store or wherever around the house, I don't typically. I usually just use a bronzer. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Hermosa Beachfront Bronzer. I'm going to attempt to do this with the wrong hand. I am not left-handed, so we will see.
How this goes. Maybe go so you didn't think this out, did I? Alright. Blend it. Move it down. And then I always like to put it on my neck.
Now you're gonna blend that out. Don't leave it.
This is kind of like the contouring video where it's difficult to do only half of your face. But by goodness, we're gonna do it.
Alright. So that's my contour. The next thing we're gonna do is a little bit of blush. Let me... Okay. So on my high school side, this would be typically the color I would choose. I do like this color. Do not get me wrong. I still wear it, obviously, or I wouldn't have it. But I always did it a little bit more extreme than what I would do it now. And I would use a brush. I was good about using a brush for that. And then if it was too dark, I did that. All about the fingers. Now, my favorite shade that I do is this shade. Okay, still pink. Still a pinky, obviously. But it goes on and it's less noticeable. Okay, you can still see it, but it's not as in your face as this one. And this one I actually blended it more than I probably would have, but that's okay. It needed a little blending. The next thing that I'm going to do to my now side is I'm going to do my brows. I never did my brows in high school. I honestly have just within the last 6 to 9 months have started doing my brows. So this is a new thing. We're not going to touch this side. We're just going to leave them the way they are. And I may not be able to do a very good job on this side, being left-handed, but that's okay. You'll get the gist of it. Just doing short little strokes like this. Woo! I overdid it just a hair. I was seeing something that wasn't there. Alright, much better. Sometimes it can be difficult to do your makeup in your phone camera. Okay. Just like that. It defines, it shapes more of a lifted look on my eye, as opposed to over here, my brow just kind of looks droopy in there. But I didn't know no better. So we're gonna pretend like I don't on this side right now. We're ready for eyeshadow. We're gonna use this palette, but for my high school side, I had a palette, I don't even remember who put it out, but their basic colors, there was 3 colors in this palette, and it was a color similar to this, a dark brown, and like a metallic white color. So I'm just going to use those 3 colors for this side, okay? Now, typically when I do my eyeshadow, if I'm doing it to go out somewhere or just in general, sometimes I'll only do maybe 2, 3 colors. If I'm in a big hurry, I'll only do 1, but for the most part, I usually try to do 4, just because I like the dimension it gives. In high school, I knew nothing about dimension, okay? I actually have the brush that I used in high school, and I basically just used this brush, and then I used a white one that was very thick, but I seem to have misplaced that one. I haven't used that one in years. So typically now I wouldn't really use those brushes, and I might use this one, but this one I haven't used in a long time. But because we're doing high school, we're going to use these for my high school look. Alright. We're going to put this right here. And literally, it would look pretty much close to that. Remember, I didn't blend very well. So it's very in your face. Then I would take this color here. It's called Optimistic. And I would just put it on my lid. And then if I was looking to add something to it, I would use the 3rd color and just put it underneath. not bad. It's not bad. The brown is very dark. I probably, if this was the side I was doing for my now, I would definitely be blending a lot more. But considering, it's not bad. Now, let's do my now side. I'm gonna use this favorite brush ever. And I'm going to actually do this color here. Let me see if I can do it with this hand. In my crease. Okay. This should be interesting. Ever so lightly. Just real quick. Alright. I like that. Now, I'm going to take this brown right here and just dab it on the corner of my eye. It adds dimension, it adds color. I just all around like using a different color for my outside corner than I am using on the inside. Then let's use this brush, and we're just going to take this metallic color, this color right here, and we're going to put it right here. On my lid. Then this color right here, I'm going to use as my highlight beneath my brow. I didn't even know what highlighting was in high school. And then I'm going to use it right here in the corner of my eye to make me look more awake. Just like that. Now I'm going to take this brown right here and I'm going to carry it underneath. And just kind of smoke it out. Okay, see the difference between this side and this side? There's quite the difference. Quite the difference. All right. Let's highlight. Only on my now side, not my high school side. I'm going to use this. It's called Iridescent. Ooh. It's hard to highlight half of your nose. Highlight my lip, half. And then just kind of right there. And then put the rest right there. And you can see the highlight shimmer. It looks about right. And this is if I even did mascara or eyeshadow, because typically I just went without eyeshadow. This was if I was really getting dressed up. So I never wore mascara, so I'm not going to put any mascara on this side. I have really long lashes. When I was in high school, I told myself and I felt like I didn't need any mascara because at that time I thought it was just to extend your lashes. And since then I've learned it's not just about extending your lashes and making them longer. It's about deepening your look for your eyes. But back then, I had long lashes. I didn't need mascara. That's how I felt. Now, today, we're going to just throw some mascara on it on the Today side. And I like to roll it up like so. I hear little feet. What? Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. So now I'm ready to do my lips. My lips were very simple. Back in the day, I usually just did, for my day-to-day, I would usually just do chapstick. So my lips usually were just skin colored. If I was doing something, going somewhere that I wanted to dress up a little bit, I would typically just do a lip gloss. And usually it was pink. Very, very pink. This is honestly the only lip gloss I have. Because it just doesn't, lip gloss typically does not stay on all that great. So I have since found that I really like matte lipsticks. But something else I do that I never did before was I like to line my lips. So this is actually an eyeliner. But I really like using it as a lip liner. Now I'm going to take, we're just going to take this color. It's called Successful. And
we're just going to color it on there.
It would not be uncommon of me to put some highlight on my lips. I do that often, just to give it a little extra dimension. But with me having that lip gloss on there, we're not going to do that today. But I want you to see, if I can get my hands clean and really get that lipstick cleaned up. Look at the difference. Like, this side is defined, it's precise, it looks just crisp. This side, you can't really tell where my lips are. They just kind of blend in. So it just depends on what you prefer for your look. There's nothing wrong with this side. But I myself now prefer it to be a little more defined. If I was gonna wear the lipstick or the lip gloss, I would probably put it over that. Something else I just remembered, I don't always not always, but occasionally, and I used to in high school too, but occasionally I like to use eyeliner. So we're gonna do eyeliner, and I'm gonna show you how I would have done it in high school. Okay. My mom always did eyeliner on the top. She was very simple when it came to her makeup, and she is who I learned how to put makeup on from. So I always did, if I wore eyeliner, I usually did it like so. If I did eyeliner. I usually, very rarely did I do eyeliner, but occasionally I did. Now, I prefer to put eyeliner in my waterline. We're just using the same dark brown. Okay, I prefer to put it in my waterline, and that's it. Usually I will not go up here. Every once in a blue moon, I will, but it's very rare. I feel like when I go on top, it closes my eyes, whereas if I only do the color on my waterline, I feel like it opens my eyes up. I may be completely wrong, but I just feel like there's a huge difference between this eye and this eye, as far as closed, opened. But this is how I would have done it in high school. This is getting dressed up to the max. Probably like prom dressed up. That'd be a good bet. But this would be how I would wear my makeup to go to work. Or it's my typical makeup now. But there's quite a difference. Quite a difference. And I enjoy doing it because it just makes me see how far I've come in my makeup and doing my makeup, and just the different techniques I've learned that I enjoy, that work for me. It's fun. Happy Tuesday. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week, hopefully.